Namaste, dear students. Welcome back. So, today I am here with one more illustration on liquidation of companies. So, I am starting illustration number 11, which has been asked in the year November December 2008, question paper, University of Mysore. So the question is balance sheet of Sneha Company Limited on 31st March 2008. Liabilities rupees, assets rupees. So in the liability side, share capital 8,006% preference shares of rupees 100 each, 8 lakh. Then 4,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, rupees 75 paid, 3 lakh. 12,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, 60 paid, 7 lakh 20,000. 8% debentures having floating charges on all assets, 6 lakh. Interest on above outstanding, that means interest on debentures outstanding 48,000. Creditors 5 lakh 82,000, total 30 lakh 50,000. Plant and machinery 11 lakh 40,000 on the asset side. Land and buildings 4 lakh 40,000. Patents 2 lakh. Stock at cost 2 lakh 80,000. Book debts 5 lakh 20,000. Cash at bank 1 lakh 20,000. P&L account 2 lakh 20,000. Goodwill not at cost 40,000. Preliminary expenses written off 35,000. Underwriting commission 55,000. Both the side total 30 lakh 50,000 and 30 lakh 50,000. The company went into liquidation on the above date. The preference dividends were in arrears for 2 years. Arrears of dividends are payable at the time of liquidation. See, preference dividends means the profit which has to be distributed among preference shareholders. So that was in arrears. That means outstanding for 2 years. So that has to be clear at the time of liquidation. Creditors include a loan of rupees 3 lakh on mortgage on land and building. So there is a creditors, so that is which has been mortgaged on land and building for rupees 3 lakh. That amount has been included in creditors. The assets were realized as follows: land and building rupees 5 lakh 20,000, plant and machinery rupees 8 lakh 50,000, patents rupees 1 lakh 20,000, stock rupees 3 lakh 50,000, book debts rupees 4 lakh 10,000. The legal expenses rupees 40,150. Expenses of liquidation amounted to rupees 80,000. The liquidator is entitled to a commission of 3% on all assets realized and commission of 2% on the amount distributed among unsecured creditors other than preferential creditors. Preferential creditors amounted to rupees 1,20,000. Assume that the payments were made on June 30th, 2008. Prepare liquidator's final statement of accounts in the books of Sneha Company Limited. So this is the problem. There is no any extra adjustment, as usual, the same kind of adjustment. So we are going to start the solution part for the same. So let us begin the solution part. So I am starting solution number 11, illustration number 11, solution. Liquidator's final statement in the books of Sneha Company Limited. Particulars rupees, particulars rupees. So what is the item first we record here? So that is realization of assets. Realization of assets. So under that point A, we always take that is what? Surplus value surplus value of secured assets, surplus value of secured assets. So what is the surplus value? Okay, fine. The asset which has been secured. So which is the asset? They said in the problem, creditors include a loan of rupees 3 lakh on mortgage on land and building. So there is a creditors which includes asset which has been mortgaged on land and building worth rupees 3 lakh. Clear? So it has been mortgaged on what? Land and building. What is the realized value of land and building? In the question, 5,20,000. Correct? So 5,20,000 minus secured for how much? 3 lakh rupees. Correct? So then what is the surplus value? 2,20,000. 2,20,000. 5,20,000 minus 3 lakh. 2,20,000. So obviously here first item we write which one? Secured creditors. Secured creditors how much? Nil. Why? Because we have cleared this 3 lakh rupees. Out of 5,20,000 rupees land and building value, we have cleared 3 lakh rupees secured creditors. So the balance is 2,20,000, which we have recorded in the liquidator's final statement. Okay. So after this, point B, free assets. Free assets. So under this, which are all the assets which is not secured? That is plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. So that is how much it has been realized for 8,50,000. 8,50,000. Next, patents. PATENTS, patents, 1,20,000 rupees. 1,20,000. Next we have stock. Stock, how much? 3,50,000. 3,50,000. Next we have book debts. Book debts. So that is 4,10,000. 4,10,000. Okay. So after that, every time we forget one thing. What is that? Cash at bank in the old balance sheet. So how much cash at bank? Check out in the question. Cash at bank is 1,20,000. 1,20,000 rupees. So now total this. That is 8,50,000 plus 1,20,000 plus 3,50,000 plus 4,10,000 plus 1,20,000. Put together 18,50,000. Put together how much? 18,50,000. Okay. 18,50,000. 8,50,000 plus 1,20,000 plus 3,50,000 plus 4,10,000 plus 1,20,000. 18,50,000. Fine. So we are done with this part, assets realization part, and now we are moving to the payment side. So which are all the payments we should make? First one, that is in the adjustment he says the legal expenses rupees 40,150 and expenses of liquidation amounted to rupees 80,000. So first let us clear legal expenses. Which one is given first? That one only we will clear. So legal expenses how much? 40,150. 40,150 I am giving. So next he has given what? Expenses of liquidation. So liquidation expenses. Liquidation expenses how much? 80,000. 80,000 rupees. Liquidation expenses is rupees 80,000. So after that we have liquidators remuneration, point C. So which needs to do working notes and all. So that liquidators liquidators remuneration. So how much liquidators remuneration is all about? So they said 3% on all assets realized. The liquidator is entitled to a commission of 3% on all assets realized. So I am writing that 3% on all assets realized. So how much assets realized now? So that is land and building 5,20,000. First I am writing that 5,20,000 plus excluding cash at bank. So what you have to do, 18,50,000 minus 1,20,000. 18,50,000 minus 1,50,000, that comes to 17 lakh. That comes to 17 lakh. So now add both 17 lakh plus 5,20,000, that comes to 22,20,000. 22,20,000. 22,20,000 into 3%. That comes to 66,600. 66,600. So that we have done 3% on assets realized. Then he says, and a commission of 2.5% on amount distributed among unsecured creditors. How much? 2.5%. Correct? 2.5%. So 2.5% on unsecured creditors. So how much unsecured creditors is now? We don't know. So we have to do what? Working note. Working note to identify unsecured creditors. So let us start the working note. Working note number 1. So under that, calculation of unsecured creditors. Calculation of unsecured creditors. So under that, total creditors given in the balance sheet. So how much creditors has been given in the balance sheet? 5,82,000. 5,82,000 less secured creditors. There is a secured creditors, that is on what? Land and building. So how much secured on land and building? 3 lakh rupees. Correct? So deduct that, you are going to get 2,82,000. 2,82,000 rupees you got. Okay. So next is less preferential creditors. In the problem he says preferential creditors. Preferential creditors rupees amounted to rupees 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 rupees is the preferential creditors. Deduct that, 2,82,000 minus 1,20,000. That comes to 1,62,000. 1,62,000. So that is unsecured creditors. That is unsecured creditors. Unsecured creditors 1,62,000. So we got the value of unsecured creditors, right? So now let us calculate liquidators remuneration on unsecured creditors. How much unsecured creditors we got? 1,62,000 into 2.5%. So that comes to 4,050 rupees. 4,050. Correct. How much? 4,050 we got. So now what I am going to do? I will add this 2 and put it to outer column. So you might wonder why sir is not considering preferential creditors, because in the problem he clearly said that a commission of 2.5% on amounts to be distributed among unsecured creditors. In bracket he said other than preferential creditors. He is very specific. Other than preferential creditors, leave the preferential creditors. So then add the rest. So that comes to 70,650 rupees. That comes to 70,650 rupees. Okay, 70,650. So that is done. So next, to whom we are supposed to settle? So we are supposed to settle debentures. So how much debentures? How much debentures is given in the problem? Debentures. Debentures is rupees 6 lakh. Debenture is 6 lakh. Add interest outstanding which has been given in the previous balance sheet. So that is 48,000. Then add interest, because here in the problem they said all the payments was made on June 30th. So actually the company going under liquidation when? The company is going under liquidation on 31st March. Correct? 31st March balance sheet they have given. So now they are going for liquidation. So liquidation and payment they are making on 30th June. So now calculate March to June. So that is April, May, June. So 3 months interest has to be paid to the debenture holders. So that is 8% debentures. Correct? So 8% debenture. So add interest. So that is 6 lakh into 8 by 100 into 3 by 12, because we have to pay for 3 months. So now calculate 6 lakh into 8% into 3 divided by 12. So that comes to 12,000. That comes to 12,000. 12,000. So now 12,000, 6 lakh plus 48,000 plus 12,000. So put together 6,60,000. 6,60,000. 6,60,000 rupees. So next we have, after settling the debentures, who else we are supposed to settle? Preferential creditors. So let us give preferential creditors. Preferential creditors. That is 1,62,000 rupees. So we have settled them. 1,62,000 is unsecured creditors, right? Preferential creditors is 1,20,000. I'm sorry. Preferential creditors 1,20,000. I'm cutting this out. Then I'm writing unsecured creditors. Unsecured creditors. How much unsecured creditors? 1,62,000. 1,62,000. Okay. So then next we are supposed to settle preference shareholders. So let us settle preference shareholders. Preference shareholders. How much preference shareholders? 8,000, 6% preference shareholders, 6% preference shareholders, correct? That is 8 lakh rupees. Preference shareholders capital 8 lakh rupees. Okay. Add for how many years the preference dividends are outstanding? So preference dividends are outstanding for past 2 years, correct? The preference dividends were in arrears for 2 years. So now calculate dividend for 2 years. So that is 8 lakh into, what is the percentage? 6%, right? 6 by 100 into 2, because it is outstanding for 2 years. So 8 lakh into 6% into 2, it's 96,000. That is 96,000. So add this 96,000 and put it to outer column. 8 lakh 96,000. 8 lakh 96,000. So now this is also done. Now we have to find equity shareholders share. Okay. So next is equity shareholders account. Okay, so we have to transfer the money to equity shareholders account, but we cannot transfer it directly. First we have to calculate the total and we have to check whether it is going to be a loss or profit. So let me check on the debit side. So total realized value, whatever we have, 2,20,000, that is on secured assets. Then 18 lakh 50,000, add 20 lakh 70,000 we have as a total. So we have a total. I'm writing it here in a pencil so that if any doubts can be clarified later if it is not getting tallied and all. So now I'm writing it in a pencil. So that comes to 20 lakh 70,000. So both the side I'm writing the same total, 20 lakh 70,000. So now minus 20 lakh 70,000. What are all the payments we have done so far? That should be deducted. Minus 40,150 paid to legal expenses, 80,000 paid to liquidators liquidation expenses, then 70,650 which unsecured creditors, that has been deducted, that is remuneration to liquidator. Then 6,60,000 debenture holders we have deducted. Then 1,20,000 paid to preferential creditors deducted. Then 8,96,000 rupees which we have paid to the debenture holders deducted. So cash available with us is 2,03,200. How much? 2,03,200, correct. Cash available to equity shareholders 2,03,200. Okay. So now 2,03,200 it is available, but whether it is going to be a loss or profit, how to identify? Total share capital, equity share capital paid up how much? 4,000 equity shares, 100 each, 75 paid, 3 lakh. Then 12,000 equity shares, 100 each, 60 paid, 7 lakh. 20,000 put together 10,20,000 we are supposed to settle, but we have only 2,03,200 rupees. So for 10,20,000 rupees, so then there is a loss. So let us check who has to bear how much loss. Okay, so for that what we are supposed to do now? Yes, correct, working note number 2. Working note number 2. So what is this working note is all about? The working note, it is all about calculation of loss per share borne by equity shareholders, borne by equity shareholders. So now write down total paid up equity share capital. Total paid up equity share capital. Total paid up equity share capital. So that is how much they have paid. That is 4,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, 75 paid, that is 3 lakh, plus 12,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, 60 paid, 7 lakh 20,000, 7 lakh 20,000. So put together it is 10 lakh 20,000, 10 lakh 20,000. Understood? So now less cash available after paying preference shareholders. Preference shareholders. How much cash they have after paying preference shareholders? So that is what I have calculated here in this calculation. 2,03,200. How much? 2,03,200. So you deduct that from here. That is 2,03,200. So 10 lakh 20,000 minus 2,03,200. That comes to 8,16,800 rupees. 8,16,800 is the loss. So now loss per share equals total loss divided by number of equity shares. Okay, so how much is the total loss? 8,16,800 divided by number of equity shares. How much? So that is 4,000 equity shares plus 12,000 equity shares. So put together it is 16,000. Correct. So now divide 8,16,000 divided 8,16,800 divided by 16,000. So loss per share is 51 rupees 05 paise. 51 rupees 05 paise. 51 rupees 05 paise. So now next working note number 3. Working note number 3. What we are going to calculate here? Calculation of amount to be brought in or paid to the equity shareholders. So now check out, loss is 51 rupees 05 paise. If any shareholders pays less than this, so then they have to pay to the company. If they have paid more than this, the company will pay them. Okay. So now let us check out 4,000 equity shares of rupees 75 paid. So there are 4,000 shareholders who have paid 75 rupees. Correct. So let us calculate 75 minus 51.05. 51.05. 51.05. So how much it will come? 75 minus 51.05 comes to 23.95. 23.95 into how many shares? 4,000 shares. That comes to 95,800 rupees. 95,800 rupees. So next point B, who have paid 60 rupees. 60 paid, but losses 51.05 minus 51.05. 60 minus 51.05, that comes to 8.95 into how many shares? 12,000 shares. So 8.95 into 12,000. So how much you got? 1,07,400 rupees. 1,07,400 rupees. Now you have understood, right? So now I am going to write here. So I am going to erase this difference, 2,03,000 whatever I have identified. So I am going to erase this here. So and I am going to write the last amount to be distributed among equity shareholders. So that is for 4,000 shareholders, we are paying them 23 rupees 95 paise. So working note they can refer. That comes to 95,800. So next 12,000 equity shareholders are receiving at rupees 8.95, 8 rupees 95 paise. So they are going to get 1,07,400. So now total it 1,07,400 plus 95,800. So put together 2,03,200. 2,03,200. Now total this 2,03,200 plus 8,96,000 plus 1,62,000 plus 1,20,000 plus 6,60,000 plus 70,650 plus 80,000 plus 40,150. So put together how much we are getting? So somewhere we have done a mistake, so it is not getting tallying. So we have to recheck on that part. Maybe total mistake we have done. So let us check from the beginning. So that is 2,20,000, then 18,50,000, put together 20,70,000. Put together how much? So that is 20,70,000 I have written here. So after that we have to deduct all the payments we have made from 20,70,000 minus 40,150 minus 80,000 minus 70,650 minus 6,60,000 minus 1,20,000 minus 1,62,000 minus 8,96,000. So difference is 41,200. So it is not 2,03,000. Difference I got 41,200 rupees. So I have only 41,200 rupees, not 2,03,000. So this entire calculation is going to change now. Okay, so now how much cash we have after paying preference shareholders? 41,200. so the same working note and all. So here what are we going to do? Calculation of loss borne by equity shareholders, paid up share capital, cash available after paying shareholders. How much we are going to write here? Yes, instead of 2,41,200 rupees, it is not 2,03,200, it is 41,200. Now deduct 10,20,000 minus 41,200. So that comes to 9,78,800. 9,78,800 rupees. rupees. Okay, so now that has to be distributed here. 9,78,800 divided by 16,000. 9,78,800 divided by 16,000, that comes to 61.175. 61.175. So the same figure I am adjusting here. So who have paid 75 rupees, they are going to get 61.175 rupees loss. 61.175. So I'll write here 61.175, which my calculator is showing. So deduct it, 75 minus 61.175. So how much you got? 13.825. 13.825 into 4,000. Into 4,000. So that comes to how much? Who have paid 75, right? 75 minus 61.175, 13.825 into 4,000. If you do that, you are going to get 55,300. 55,300. So now 61.175, this also we are going to change. So I am writing this B point separately. Point B here I am writing 60 minus 61.175. 60 minus 61.175. So if you do that, you are going to get a negative, that is 1.175 into how many shares? 12,000. 1.175 into 12,000. So that comes to 14,100. So when this result is minus, so that will be shown in the debit side. This positive result shown in the credit side. So 55,300. So for how many shares? 4,000 equity shareholders. For them we are paying 13.825 at 13.825. So calculate 4,000 into 13.825. That comes to 55,300. 55,300. Okay. So now on the contrary, here we are going to write equity shareholders. So 12,000 equity shareholders will bring 1 rupees 0.175. 1.175. So that is 12,000 into 1.175. 14,100. 14,100. So that they are bringing in, that is 12,000 equity shareholders are bringing at the rate of 1 rupees 175 paise to the business, because to may match up the loss. So now let us total it. 2,20,000 plus 18,50,000 plus 14,100. So that comes to 20,84,100. So I am writing the total. 20,84,100. So that is the total I have written, 20,84,100. So now let us check the total of the credit side. 40,150 plus 80,000 plus 70,650 plus 6,60,000 plus 1,20,000 plus 1,62,000 plus 8,96,000 plus 55,300. So that comes to 20,84,100. 20 lakh 84,100, both the side total. So let us tally, and we are done with the problem and solution for illustration number 11. Okay, so we will be right back with one more video very shortly. So that is illustration number 12 very soon. Until then, take care. See you soon. Bye bye. And if you have doubt, you can approach so in your contact classes, or you can just give me a call and clarify your doubt, or through WhatsApp also you can reach. So I'll be back with one more video very soon. Bye bye. See you. Take care and stay safe. Bye.